Hello and welcome back to our next piece in the online tour, which is going to be the panel on identity, or the panel theme of identity. So what is your perception of rural America? Now, rural identity is so deeply rooted in the land and has profoundly shaped American identity. During the 19th century, rural ideas captivated the minds and imaginations of philosophers, politicians, historians, artists, and writers. They glorified farmers, framing them as quintessential Americans who embodied the notions of personal liberty, economic opportunity, and equality. Rural Americans have always been a diverse community. American Indians were the original inhabitants, though the centuries, people of many different cultural backgrounds, including those who already lived on the land and were forced to labor on the land, contributed to the development of rural America. People experienced rural America in different ways, and their experiences helped shape our rural culture. Family farms and bustling main streets became icons of a rural identity that still resonate at the core of American identity. Change has always shaped our rural life, including migration, business growth and decline, school consolidation, and conflicts of class, gender, race, and ethnicity. Rural families juggle multiple jobs. Some depend on seasonal labor opportunities to make ends meet. Most farm families have more off-farm than on-farm income. Many may be just one accident or family trauma away from economic jeopardy. It can be a hard life. Why would someone choose to stay? Love of the land, community spirit, persistence and commitment, family and personal relationships. These are just a few of the many motivations that have helped rural and small town Americans maintain resilience in the face of uneven opportunity. Now, how do you define rural or country? Do you simply know it when you see it? The U.S. Census Bureau defines rural as any area that is not urban. The Bureau defines urban as cities and towns with at least 2,500 people. However, if you live in a community with a population of 2,500, chances are you do not consider yourself an urbanite. Many other agencies and organizations have their own definitions based on elements ranging from population density to land use. Those statistical definitions do not incorporate our human connections to rural places. An individual's definition of rural and that same person's identity are informed by experiences, memories, and local culture. Everyone, rural resident, visitors, artists, authors, and musicians, carry a unique perspective of what is rural. So as you get a chance to look at this panel and to walk around, I want to pose a couple of questions to you. What role did agriculture play in developing our views of rural America? What words would you use to describe rural Americans? What words characterize them? How do you think rural Americans differ from people who live in other places? What characteristics do they all share? And what comes to mind when you hear the words constant change?